Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today I'm really excited to bring to you from the Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series line, subline of a subline. This is Rise of the Beast Voyager class Optimus Prime. This is like Studio Series 102 or something. Like I said, this is under the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, which means this is actually a Target exclusive. Now, we've discussed this before. Do I have a problem with new molds, relatively new molds, being store exclusive? Yes. Do I also think that a lot of times those exclusives will somehow see release at broader retail? Sure. With all that being said, um, I am very surprised that we're getting this Optimus Prime as a Target exclusive. It is very nice, and I do have to thank Gary, a viewer who was able to hook me up because he found one at his Target and shipped it to me. This is a really nice figure. Transformation is fairly simple, and there's a couple interesting steps to it. Now, before we get too much further, I do want to address the back here. I think the photos made it look a lot worse than it did, and I think for a couple reasons. Number one, the sword was not really stored properly. I think you can see from this angle. Number one, it pegs into a part on the inside of what will be the robot leg, but if I turn it over here, there is actually a slot in the crotch that the peg that goes into the wrist actually fits into. So the sword can actually sit fairly low, like this. The blaster, while I think it is a little undersized, just pegs in very nicely. Other than that, in terms of the busyness of the kibble and stuff, I don't want to say I have seen trucks that look like this, so it's nothing special. This is a Peterbilt cab over engine style, with a few modifications for the movie, this extra grille. Now, believe it or not, this is apparently a retool of the Bumblebee movie Studio Series Optimus Prime. Really, the only thing that's being reused are like the wheels and maybe the feet. I think just the wheels. But other than that, it's a completely different transformation, much simpler, uh, completely different look. Hmm. I almost want to say these are rubber tires now. No, these are plastic, but they're pinned in. Rolls very nicely, very nice look overall. So, um, I think I got the camera fine. So, why don't we just get into the transformation? First thing you want to do is remove the blaster. Like I said, very, very small, a little too undersized for my taste. And to be honest, I kind of feel that it should it should actually no actually this is the end that faces forward, but yet this end looks more like a blaster. I don't know. Eh, what do you want? But we'll just put that off to the side right now. Thankfully, there's no cat around. I have to worry about it knocking things around. And then what I would recommend as the first step is you come into the sides of the truck, hold up the gas cans. You're going to do that anyway, just from handling the figure. But then also what I would do is coming to the side here, and this is something they don't tell you to do in the instructions, but the side skirts actually peg into the legs, a little extra security. So you just want to go ahead and unpeg them. And when going to truck mode, I would say that should be the last step you should do. Now, you're probably going to also unpeg the legs while you're doing that. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. But we're not going to be doing that just yet. The next step you want to do is come in here and you're just going to unpeg what'll be the shins from that back section there. Uh, they There's a little tab that goes into the slot right there, and that little post goes into a hole. Once you have that done, the legs have probably already split, so just go ahead and open them up, and then you can go ahead and remove the sword. And you see what I'm talking about right here with the way the sword pegs in. So just grab that, put that off to the side. Now to carry on, let's go ahead, grab the feet, bring them out just like so. I do like the leg transformation on this. Go ahead and rotate them so the toes, which were facing inward, are now facing straight up. and you know they're facing the right way because they're facing the direction of those pegs. Come inside, fold this blue section around and up like that. And then what you can do is then peg the shins into place just like so. And there you have the legs done. Now we're not ready to fold them down yet, so we're just going to have to hold on for just a moment. We're going to come to the sides here, and the first thing you want to do is pop up these gray sections, fold them on top of the roof just like that. Fold up back panels here, revealing the Autobot logo. And then what you want to do is try to massage your way in. Oh, unpeg this front section just like that. It's on a double hinge, so you're going to fold it down just like that. And then start to like do the panels here, you want to just open up and just free them up just like that. Do it again on this side. Now on mine, on this side, oh, it's sometimes a little bit tight. So just go ahead now and then bring the arms out and about like we're doing the traditional Optimus Prime transformation. At this point, rotate the arms around. They're basically folding up backwards. So you're going to straighten them out and then rotate them around. So this section is the front of the arm. That faces forward. And then fold this panel up. That goes down. This goes up, pegs into place. Do it again on this side. Down, up. Come around to the sides of the arms. And then these gray panels that the shins pegged into will just roll up into place. Now, this is the next step that you could very easily miss, and it's not really clearly explained in the directions. What you want to do is rotate the arm forward and then bring it back on what is the shoulder joint. This will give you the leverage now to then rotate this inner gray section and then friction snap it into place. If you don't do that, you're not going to have the proper arm transformation in robot mode. Also, it gives you the ability to lift the arms, which gives you a little more clearance to work with, especially when rotating things around, just like this. So we've gone ahead and done that. Let's bring this back panel up. This will actually just kind of, we're not going to peg it into place yet, but what we are going to do is rotate the wheels inward, and that will just bring it up like that. So we have Optimus standing. You can now pull that panel up. It'll peg into place just like so. And we're just about done. Let's go ahead, open the chest here, and we're going to flip this gray panel up. This is the panel that the head sits on. That will peg into place. Camera up a little. That will peg into place. You'll feel it and maybe hear it snap. And then this is very weird. You have this section that has a little bit of the detailing, like a part of the grill, but you don't see it in vehicle mode. And then in robot mode, it actually gets flipped down into place like so. And now what's really cool, when you go and close the chest panels, because of that, the pigs and the slots there hold it open like that little, like Optimus has his shirt open. So that's kind of cool. But as you can see, we're pretty much done now. The last step is to reveal the hands. Um, Open up the panel, and then just pressing down on the peg, the hand will flip out just like so. I'm actually not going to do it on this hand because what I'm going to do is come along, grab the blaster, and that will peg in just like so. So Optimus has his blaster. Now the sword, you have a couple options. Number one, you can store this on the back. You see these lower pegs? Just like that. And also, let me just show you with the blaster. Just like that. So you do have storage in robot mode. So,
And again, like I said, that blaster really does seem small. I thought it might be bigger in person, but it's not. So that's that. And then the sword, you can. Uh, there's a little slot on the edge of the panel where that reveals the hand. So you want to slightly bend the wrist out of the way, and then sword will go in just like that. You can also, if you notice, there's a whole handle. You can have Optimus Prime hold it traditionally. Now, I have not seen the movie. I've seen little bits of it, trailers and stuff, and it looks like he has uh, double blasters and maybe the sword coming out of this hand. Now, obviously, you can uh, put the sword into this arm if you so prefer, and vice versa. And of course, you can do it with the hand folded in. This is just to demonstrate uh, dual wielding the weapons. We do know that with the Studio Series Optimus Primal, we're getting his axe, Prime's axe, so that is nice from the beginning of the film. But other than that, you have a waist articulation, rather expressive bowl jointed head, I think. We kind of looked at the arm articulation while doing the transformation, so you got that. And besides, the wrists do have a very nice bit of movement, forward and back movement at the legs. And again, very nice that those panels can get out of the way and peg into place. Faux ratcheting, very soft at the knees. And you have a little forward and back foot pivot, uh, as well as ankle pivot, foot articulation, and ankle pivot. And I think due to the transformation, yep, you do have still a little bit of an ab crunch. So this guy can move. It's very nice. Now, the mainline Optimus Prime we've taken a look at already. Um, I would say that one was based more on an early design concept of the figure that was still drawing from the Bumblebee movie, just due to some of the design cues and the fact that it came with that separate ion blaster. This, while not perfect, is closer to how Optimus Prime looks in The Rise of the Beasts. I think having the axe will be a little bit nicer. It will really change the overall look of the figure, but it's nice to have that extra accessory. And, um, maybe down the line we can get somehow get another sword for him. But then again, maybe he only had one. Again, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know. But really nice figure. Um, Much like that Studio Series Bumblebee Optimus Prime, fairly easy to transform than the other Studio Series Optimus Primes, which, if you notice, I have never gotten because they look very fiddly. Um, I have that like Voyager Hunt for the Decepticons Optimus Prime that's like based on the Revenge of the Fallen leader class figure. Oh my god, that was a thing to transform. This is much easier, much nice, a cleaner, in my opinion, robot mode. Is it exact to the movie? Eh, but I mean, I think it's close enough. So we'll pause and we'll come back with my final thoughts.
I really like this figure, and I really want to stress that. So definitely, I think it's worth a pickup. Now, hopefully, this will be easy to find at retail. Because here's the thing, much like Origins Jazz, that was a Buzzworthy Bumblebee Target exclusive. That actually was found in stores, went on clearance, is now off shelves before pre-orders were fulfilled on Target.com. With this figure, though, unlike Jazz, there's a street date. So if you wait about a week, if you have this pre-ordered, you might start seeing orders being fulfilled. Other than that, um, it is being found in stores now. Some places it's locked behind a street date, but for most people, they've been able to get their hands on it. Uh, Customer service has been breaking the street dates. So, with that being said, good luck. I hope you get it. It's worth the purchase. And yes, it is a little bit more than a standard Voyager, I believe, but I think that's due to the exclusivity and the fact that I think there's a little bit more in terms of a parts count with the figure. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through the algorithm that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't swing it, Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday. Your views are more than thanks enough. That's about it. Once again, this is your old pal Chuck for Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. We will see you next time.